Hi everyone. I gave in to child pressure and decided to straighten Olivia's hair today. She has been asking to wear her hair like Let It Go, which is Elsa from Frozen. And so we decided to tackle straightening. I should mention that Olivia has had her hair blow dried a couple of times, so she's not new to sitting down for extra processes after washing. So obviously we have shampooed, conditioned, and deep conditioned. And today we've been using and we'll continue to use the Chi range of products. So the first two products I used were, I think, the Iron Guard and the Keratin Mist. And now we're going to go on to blow drying. Our blow dryer of choice today is the Dyson blow dryer. I like this blow dryer because you can set it at the lowest heat and it would still do the job. So for today and for all the blow drying I've ever done for both myself and Olivia, I have used the Dyson blow dryer on low heat with high, is it fan? I don't know. The heat is always on the lowest setting. And I'm also using this paddle brush that was recommended by Travel Lavar on YouTube. I love his videos. Anyway, so you can see that I'm struggling a little bit with this blow drying process using the paddle brush because this is the first time I'm doing this. I typically use the comb attachment that came with the Dyson when I'm blow drying. So it wasn't easy, but I think with a bit more practice, I can get used to using the paddle brush because I do like the finish that I got with the paddle brush. It just seemed like a really long process. Anyway, but this is again our first time doing this with Olivia's hair. Well, not the blow drying, but the straightening. But this is the first time using the paddle brush. And she was being a really good girl here, just sitting and letting mommy try her hardest to blow dry her hair at this point. And from all the things I've learned about silk presses and straightening, the blow drying phase is the most important stage. So I was trying to do the best I could with the blow drying at this point. I mean, in the past, we have only blow dried for the purpose of cornrowing, so we didn't go too deep into trying to get her hair looking as straight as possible. I have now swapped from the paddle brush at this point to the comb attachment, the Dyson comb attachment, and you know what? It is so much easier to use this. The result might be slightly different, but it's just more convenient and more comfortable to use. So I decided to swap. When I finished with the Dyson comb attachment, sorry, I can't get my words together today. I decided to then go back in with the paddle brush to just try and smooth her hair down some more. Yeah, I should mention that I experienced a bit of, what's the word? Tangling with the cheap product. I don't know how to explain it, but like I felt like I was fighting her hair during the blow drying stage. So that was an interesting experience. But anyway, at this stage, her hair is fully blow dried. I'm adding the serum, the heat protectant serum for the straightening process. Look at how beautiful Olivia's hair is though. So beautiful. So I've added I'm adding the heat protectant serum at this point, and I'm about to go straight into the straightening process with the flat iron. I'm using the flat iron I've had for years. I forget what it's called. I will link it in the description box below. It's supposed to be professional range. It's very affordable. I got this from Amazon years ago, and I had to use an adapter for it because it has the American, what's it called, plug. So I have to use an adapter for it here in Australia, but I really like it, and it has held up quite well. I've had this thing for maybe 7, 8, probably 10 years, to be honest. I don't straighten my hair often, so it's not gotten that much use, but I enjoy using it. So we started straightening at this point, and this was the hard part. This was the hard part because I needed to get a 4-year-old to try to stay still to reduce the possibility of getting too close to her scalp. I didn't start very close to her scalp as well. And she was watching Encanto throughout this whole process because that was the only way I could have gotten her through it. But it was quite difficult getting Olivia to sit still for this bit. And she also had to have 2 bowls of ice cream. But anyway, yes, we were straightening at this point. And even then, after blow drying quite thoroughly with the comb attachment and the paddle brush, I found that I still had to comb through. I still had a few knots in Olivia's hair when I was running through with the fine tooth comb first. I don't know why that is. My hair is very prone to tangling. I should have mentioned that, but usually when we blow dry, we sort of have gotten rid of the tangles at this point. But anyway, that was our experience. So now the straightening is done. Having watched quite a few YouTubers or professional people do silk presses, I know that when you're straightening for the first time, the results might not be the slickest possible. That's Deeper Than Hair TV, Travel, they've all mentioned this. So, I mean, I wasn't too surprised that Olivia's hair did not look super, super sleek. But what I was surprised about was the very low sheen. Yeah, her hair just wasn't very shiny. But that's okay. Anyway, the straightening is done. And now I'm just trimming. She has had a trim recently. All I was just doing this time was just making her ends as neat as possible. So yeah, went through the trimming process. I used those professional shears that I showed earlier. All I use them for is trimming hair, and they are super, super sharp. Yeah, so I'm just trimming at this point, but just as an aside, how many times have your children watched Encanto? I think this was probably the 50th time my children were watching this movie at this point, and we know all the songs. We sing them every time they come up, and even when they're not watching the movie, I have to play the songs when we're driving, when we're at home. And yeah, very interesting. But I do love the movie. It's a pretty good one, so I don't blame them. I actually enjoy watching it with them as well. Anyway, so trimming is almost done at this point. Like I said, her hair has been trimmed recently. We keep up with our trimmings pretty frequently. And so there wasn't too much to trim. I was trying to copy the professionals at this stage because this is the first time my hair is straight or has been straightened. So I was trying to go through it the way I have seen all the professionals do it. It wasn't too bad. I mean, I think I did a good job, if I say so myself. At this stage, her hair has been fully trimmed and fully straightened. So next, I decided to go back in with the straightener, but on very low heat. I did mention that the first pass that we did, I only did one pass, and that was on 410. And this second pass, I think I put it at 350. So it was just to get her, to give her a bit of a curl through her hair. It wasn't really a second straightener, and I was taking really big sections at this point. So the first pass was very skinny sections on 410, and then this second pass, big sections, and just at 350, just to give her a bump in her hair after trimming. So that's all I was doing at this point. But even though her hair doesn't look super shiny, I think that could also be a result of the products we've used. It still looks really good. I was really, really proud of what we've done with her hair over the past 4 years, trying to keep as much of her growth as possible. Oh my goodness, I can't speak today. I'm so sorry, people. I'm so sorry. But anyway, we have managed to maintain as much of her hair growth as possible. One of the things about Olivia's hair that I really like is that her hair doesn't shed a lot. So I wouldn't necessarily say that her hair grows really quickly. I think her hair just retains its length. Whatever it grows, it retains. Because she's 4 years old. I haven't done a length check with a tape measure or anything like that, but I can estimate that maybe she's gotten about 4 to 5 inches of growth a year. And yeah, just looking at what her hair looks like here, we've probably got maybe 18 inches, and that's with our frequent trims. I trim her hair as needed. There's no schedule. And yeah, so her hair is in pretty good condition. Her hair doesn't have, she doesn't have a lot of split ends. So we've been doing a really good job keeping her hair healthy. So I didn't even worry that this straightening was going to impact her hair badly in any way. I'm very careful with the products we use. We have a very good regimen. I just got confused for a second. But anyway, we have a very good routine that we do. And I will be making other videos in future to talk about our routine and what we do to maintain her length. But what I would say that naturally happens is not really anything that I particularly do, is that her hair doesn't shed a lot. It could be because of what we do, I don't know, but her hair doesn't shed a lot. I mean, my hair sheds a lot more, but I'm also older. We've got all the hormonal things happening that I guess a little kid doesn't have. So her hair just on wash day, we have like maybe a really tiny piece of bundle of hair that has shed after 2 weeks maximum when we wash her hair. But yeah, so that's that. Thank you so much for watching me do this straightening on Olivia for the first time. Leave a comment below. Share your thoughts. Would you straighten a 4-year-old's hair? It was fun. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the easiest thing that I've ever done, and I probably will wait a bit longer to do it again. But she loved the result. She loved being able to feel the length of her hair on her back. She doesn't like hair on her face, so we had to, after all this work that we'd done, we had to put her hair in a ponytail. Oh my god, children. But anyway, she was very happy. She loved it, and that's all that mattered. That's all that matters at this stage. Thank you so much for watching. There will be more videos coming. I will also be showing you how her hair reverted back after the straightening process, telling you how long we're able to keep her hair straight for. It's been very humid here in Perth, so probably wasn't the best time to straighten, but we just gave it a go. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments below. I will leave links to all the things we used, and see you again soon.